All right, here we go. Another match. We're gonna go into this one with the Fur team. Like I said, I feel like I have so many teams that are just the same this season. This one is actually gonna be a straightforward match. Nothing too difficult here. Just gonna warp up here, smack the units, and then figure it out from there. Yeah, nothing really too challenging. Anything? Seliph in Hall of Forms, Brave Seliph. Don't think it's worth picking him up, at least for me. I don't think it's going to be worth picking him up. Interesting that they chose him now. Well, I guess they did give us Crom before, so it makes sense. I'm right about that, right? They gave us Brave Crom from Hall of Forms. I think so. So it makes sense to pick up, to add Seliph now. Who else was on that Brave badge? Was Byleth on that badge, I believe? Has she been in Hall of Forms yet? I think she was. I just didn't get her because I already have her built, and also I don't like the blue stars, so that's another reason that I'm not getting this Seliph. My Seliph is pretty much already built. He has momentum, he has all of the stuff that you could potentially get, aside from like Outcry. Like honestly, I don't even know what some of these new skills do. Like Outcry Dull, there's this B skill, like some Dark Wing Breath something. I'm just like, what is this? What are we doing? Like, what are these skills? What do they even do? Like, I just stopped reading them at some point because a lot of them don't do anything that's that beneficial, to be honest. They're just like a new line of skill that does nothing at the end of the day, and will eventually be power crept, let's say in another 2 months. So it's not even worth keeping up with them. I still I go back to Assassin Strike and Occultist Strike for most things because you want the true damage, or even Speed Taker. I haven't really seen a skill that's like that much better than what we get from Speed Taker, to be honest. I guess you get a ton out of Favor, but you gotta do like a swap or something for that, if I'm not mistaken, a positional. I don't know, I haven't really read it, but until we get like another version of those, I don't really see a reason to like hyper invest into skills like that. I guess the little Duelist Blow thing is great on or from Ryoma. I guess that one is decent, but not something that I'm going to be like handing out like candy just yet, because still not enough skills for one skill isn't enough to build a new infantry unit that's going to be viable for a long time. You look at the Bulwark C skill, I guess that one's nice too. But the B skills that we've been getting just still aren't up to par for infantry units at the very least. Ton of AoE damage reduction when, no one's really AoEing you that much. I guess it could potentially come back, and then even if it does, Divine Nectar, is it Divine Nectar? Will still be a thing. Imbue will still be a thing. Breath of Life is still around. Those aren't going anywhere. So unless they neutralize all of that healing somehow, then the AoEs kind of don't feel relevant unless they give us like an upgraded AoE. But then how would you even do that? Because it can't just be more damage when I'm just going to heal 20 at the start of combat anyway. So you can do 1000 to me, I'm still going to heal 20 before you hit me, and if you can't do 20 damage, I will survive. So I don't think that's what an upgraded AoE will look like. They're going to have to add maybe damage reduction in the AoE special, or true damage in the AoE special, but then that kind of feels like cheating. I don't think they'll go that route. Probably damage reduction, so that even if you don't get the kill, you can at least survive to then attack again, I guess. Or at least escape, I guess. Maybe that would be the play. But yeah, I don't see AoEs making that big of a comeback. Comet is insane. Step Bro matched into my defense, unfortunately. You hate it when you come against good players. And he wrecked my defense with the new Freya. She's really good, man. Comet does insane damage, 300, not even effective damage or anything like that, just 368 from the special, and all the drive supports and everything. It was insane. Like typically you would look for like Deadeye or something, Astra, to get those types of numbers, and I guess you could say that Comet is in the same vein, but man, that's a lot of damage. It was a lot of damage. And yeah, the Freya plays really well. She's very good. As a damage dealer, I think she's very good, and probably as a magical save as well, or some type of assigned decoy save. I think she works really well. Soren should actually be really good in Chaos Season. Now that I think about it, to get some saves in there, since it's both phases. But then you can still elm everything and make it not matter. So, maybe I forget I said anything. Unless they like remove Elm from Chaos Season, it's just easy. It's still gonna be too easy. So yeah, it doesn't matter what your saves do. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've covered everything that I can possibly think of right now. Nothing else is really going on until we get the banner at the end of the month. I think Mythic should be Mythic, right? We got a Legendary recently.
Keep your guard.
Lynn and no, we got an emblem recently, so maybe a Legendary then, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I'm usually not like too up to date with those things. Finally get to use Edelgard here, and probably gonna give her Armored Blaze instead of Gale Force since she just doesn't come out enough anyways. GG's. Alright, here we go. Another day of Ether Raids. We're taking on Crimson for this one. We're gonna go with the team here that has the most actions, or pretty much, yeah, second most actions, because Golveg, of course. And we're gonna go into this one. No far save, so this is pretty much a gimme. It's a free win. We're gonna go up here and take out everyone we can, and then call it a day. We'll move on to the next one. That aside, let's see if there's anything on my mind. There was an interesting point raised by, I think, Luigi about what could possibly counter reflex damage, and the only thing that came to my mind was that there could be some type of start of turn, start of phase essence drain, so that if you attack into it and you potentially survive, which you can do, it's I guess with Arch Rival disabling the special, it's possible. Yeah, some start of phase essence drain that if you attack into it, you just lose the status effect, because reflex is, of course, currently a status effect. I mean, some units have it built in, some units have it in their kit, but the best version of it is the status effect currently. And if there's some type of, I feel like it's probably like a really great time in the game for Essence Drain to make a comeback. I don't know if that's what they're building up to release another alt of Nurgle, or another unit that can use Essence Drain like Sonya. An alt of Sonya would probably go really fire right now. Like, also, we haven't gotten a unit from that game in quite a while. Could I be wrong? Isn't she Nurgle's game? She's Eliwood, right? Yeah. Well, maybe I'm wrong. I think we have gotten an Eliwood game, a Lyn game. Yeah, we've gotten quite a few actually. So maybe no. Maybe. Well, it's possible. It's possible. I could see. I'm really thinking for Roy's game, they could probably implement a unit from Roy's game that does that as well. That's what I'm really thinking. So I could see that as a possibility. But having some type of start of phase essence drain to prevent reflex units from, benefiting from all of the power of it. Well, and it would affect not only them, but every other unit that has a ton of bonus effects. That would essentially, that would be insane. A unit that did that, it would be a drive, more than likely. Drive status effect. What am I saying, drive? I mean, a status effect that starts at the start of phase. So you could get it once you're within 2 spaces, of course. That's how most status effects work. And I don't know how you would counter that even, actually. Now that I'm thinking, you'd have to essence drain the essence drain. That's probably too strong, no? Dosage. Okay, dosage. That's why doses exist, because there wasn't a clear counter to essence drain, aside from essence drain itself. So that's really why dosage exists. Which means if they do that, then we'd have to get another Neathawker to then counter that. But I could see that being like a revamp of Nurgle or Sonya, or a unit with a similar effect, being a great way to counter reflex damage. Because the thing is, it's not going to go away. It's the main way to do damage. And it's only going to become more prevalent because units are just going to get bulkier. And in order to deal with that bulk, you're going to need the help of reflex damage. Miracle, reflex, or even the thing that Grommel currently does. I could see that also becoming very, very helpful in terms of damage output in the future as well. Basically what I'm saying is that damage output is at a weird spot currently where it's so hard to do enough damage to take out a unit, especially an armored unit, that you need these support options to really help you out when it comes to getting that KO. And it's an interesting position in the game where the support effects are more powerful than the units in some cases. And to get away from that, it's going to be a really, really powerful unit, something analogous to Emblem Ike, more than likely, where he was just, farting out damage out of his butt with that special. But I don't know, that's just a point that I was thinking about quite a bit. We got a couple of matches to play. Let's play another one. Okay, here we go with another Lin team. Well, I'm saying another Golvig team, another Golvig attempt that we're going to go for with this one. Let's get through it. Should be pretty similar to the last match that we played. No fire save, which I guess is a choice. Again, this map, one of the comments that I got was that this map is just taken over. You remember how Spring Breeze was the popular one, and then the desert map was also similar to it. This one is the new map that's in vogue right now.
This is challenging.
But yeah, more on it. What's the thing that's going to take away or take over from reflex damage? What's the thing that's going to stop us from using reflex units as we move forward into the game? It could be just that we get to a point where we do enough damage where we just don't need it. Enough true damage and stuff. Why can't it just be damage? Why does it have to be another layer of damage upon layer of damage? Can it just be damage? Can the unit just not be strong enough to do the amount of damage necessary to take out the enemy unit? Can we just get back to those simpler times? It's just so much to calculate, man. It's so many things to take into consideration. I really would just rather 1v1, we win, that's it, we move on. But yeah, it doesn't seem that we're going to be moving away from that particular archetype anytime soon because of, going back to this Grommel unit. He's basically just another layer of true damage. So basically we have an entire unit that is allowing you to do more damage, similar to Muspel, which I believe I heard he's getting a refine sometime soon alongside Niffle, which I'm actually excited for Niffle's refine and remix. I actually like Niffle. She pretty cool. But again, I think I was mentioning this the other day, we don't have a ton of melee dragons. So yeah, it would be great to see Niffle get an actually good refine and remix. But yeah, going back to it. Oh, brain.
Finish.
Grommel stacking on more true damage, which is what it's becoming. It's just stacks and stacks of it, and that's how you actually are able to take out units these days. Aside from having reflex damage, which I don't know, what does the future look like in that regards? I don't want to have to bring Grommel or bring a unit just to help me to take out an enemy unit. We used to do that with Muspel, and that went away very quickly, and it was just not there for a while, and I'd appreciate it if we didn't have to go back to that. It takes up a unit slot that I would rather just bring another support unit that offered something else, or another unit that could Gale Force or something. In Muspel's case, Muspel was just sitting there offering nothing aside from his support, boosted damage. And they've built upon that very well, I want to say, because looking at where we are now in the game, we have so many different ways to get what Muspel would have offered that it's not, you know, a detriment to, you know, not bring Muspel or to, you know, think about potentially bringing him on a team. It's not like the worst. You can have him do something else at this point, but I'd rather not go back to that. I'm not like the biggest fan of bringing 3 Grimmels on a team. Grimmels or Rock Dude, Geodude. No, the do is Geodude. To bring a couple of Rock Throws onto my team just to win a match, just to do more damage faster. I'm not looking forward to that. And what does that mean for the armored units? Is it is it going to be a time where we're just required to have that much damage to beat an armored unit? That's insane. Like, where are we going with this, you know? I probably we're already past the point of no return. I don't know. GG's.